Good afternoon, and what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Monday the 28th of April. I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea and a little package to unbox. Now, this has come from James Holloway, who is best known for his Monster Man podcast, where he explores the history of particular monsters in both folklore and primarily Dungeons and Dragons style games. So he'll talk about a particular monster in each episode, working his way through the monster manual and subsequent bestiaries for Dungeons and Dragons. So see if I can find my way in here. It's quite a tightly packed little package. Don't want to nick anything with my knife. There we go. There we're beginning to get somewhere. No, I'm not getting anywhere. It's not a particularly sharp knife, but there we go. Almost there. So I've got actually a group of little fanzines in here. I know because we talked about it with I talked about it with him online, and then he very kindly sent me this little package. If I can get some of them out, okay. So what I've got here is four little fanzines. Is Tome of Tombs, inspiration for creating fantasy crypts and burials, the Magonium Mine Murders, a guide to grunts, inspiration for creating fantasy armies and soldiers, and a pamphlet of pantheons, guide to creating fantasy myths and religions. And these are all sort of like written for sort of like your generic kind of role-playing games, essentially OSR, old school Renaissance style role-playing games. But the one I'm going to look at today is the Magonium Mine Murders. So the Magonium Mine Murders, a murder mystery sandbox for characters up to 4th level-ish. It says, trouble down mountain, trouble down the mine, trouble down mine. As you know, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition sketch goes. Mysterious accidents, strange sightings, worker unrest. Magonium Mine is a fire waiting for the spark, and that's before the murder. We're on the case: counterfeiters, press gangs, bandits on the roads, corrupt sheriffs, and a crooked prize-fighting racket. This town needs heroes, but it's probably getting scoundrels. Gather the clues. The Magonium. I think want to keep up wanting to say Magonium. It's not Magnolia. The Magonium Mine Murders presents the plots, clues, suspects, and locations that make up an intrigue-filled setting. Solve the crime, catch the killer, or just pull off the cape of a lifetime. The Magonium Mine Murders is a scenario for old school essentials and requires old school essentials to play. For additional resources for this scenario, as well as other designs and adventures by James Holloway, there's an address on the back. Of course, I'll include that in the link down below. So what we have essentially at there's the cover, basically a location in an inn somewhere, or a house, something that might be sort of like, you know, it's got a table and chairs. Introduction, quite short. System and levels, content notice, a default setting, and then sort of like details about the war and so on, what's going on, and the importance of Magonium. The mineral which is being dug out of the ground in the nearby mine. So then we've got explanations of what's going on in each of the different plot strands in the scenario. So the fact that the town is become a boom town, that there's Magonium poisoning, prisoner revolt, deaths in the mine, and so on. There's a counterfeit scheme, and the Knockout King, you've got that prize fighting ring going on as well. So guide here to getting started, details of the full adventure, where it's set in the Halbeck Valley. I mean, obviously with something like this, you as a game master, you think, okay, this is great, I can just drop it to my campaign, nice and easy, adapt it as is my want. And then we get descriptions of the various locations. So this is the mining camp where the Magonium is extracted, and the division between the old town and the new town, because you've got the original settlers there living there, resident for quite some time, and then Boomtown, new residents, miners, outsiders, that sort of thing. Breakdown of the mine with a cross section there. And once you get down below, here's what you discover: caverns of the mole men. Then we've got scene of the crime and investigation events. Basically, when the player characters decide they want to get into it, and there's that. That's actually sort of like someone's home, and you've actually got the body there. So this is the scene of the crime in colour, printed on the inside front cover. Locations, we've got the ruined temple, and then a guide to personalities in the region, who's who in Halbeck Valley, who's who in the mining camp. A couple of pages of those, because that's going to be quite an important site for investigation. Similarly, who's who in Newtown, and I like the fact that you've got these, nice range of basically rights-free artwork that kind of fits the setting. Got a complete guide to Magonium poisoning, what's going on with the fight game, with the prize fight game, possible items that might be found, and a bestiary of creatures. Some NPC stats. Running a clue box. So essentially what you have, instead of a sandbox or a point crawl or a sand crawl kind of campaign, you've got a clue box, which is pushing you around, following plot strands and clues throughout the scenario. So yeah, that's the Magonium Mine Murders for old school essentials, easily adapted to the old school and Renaissance retro clone of your choice. But let's not beat about the bush and just go with old school essentials. Pretty good choice, being based upon the BX version of Basic Dungeons and Dragons by Tom Mulvey and David R. Cook, David So Cook and Stephen R. Marsh. So I mean, that's my favourite actually, so I am biased, but it's a very good, nice little iteration of Basic Dungeons and Dragons, and that's what it's designed to be played with, the Magonium Mine Murders. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here typically with a box, but in this case, package containing some fanzines or scenarios like this, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe buttons down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. We'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.